Hey, what's up there, everybody? So this is my review of the TCL 6 Series Roku TV, the 55R625. In this video, I'm going to be going over the different features, the video quality, as well as the design, and if I recommend this TV. So when it comes to the design of the TV, the bezels are very minimum, and you really don't see them all too much when you're looking at them from the front. However, looking at it from the side, you notice that the TV actually has some thickness to it. So if you're looking to hang this up on the wall, you may want to look at another TV. This may hang out from the walls quite a bit. Another thing about this TV that you may want to look into is how wide is your TV stand. The feet on this TV rest all the way at the end of the TV, which is a 4-foot reach across. However, my TV stand happens to be 5 feet across, so I just barely made it. The construction of the TV is all plastic except for the feet themselves, which actually happens to be a nice brushed metal. As for all the ports on the back, they're all located within the right side except for the power in. You have Ethernet, 4 HDMI ports, USB, aux cable, headphone jack, as well as an AV in adapter which comes within the box, and optical audio. So the TV does come integrated with Roku, and it does come with a Roku remote. This remote works over signal and not IR, so you can use this no matter what's in front of the TV, even if you're in the other room. The remote also has voice functionality, so you can search up action movies, horrors, and it'll give you recommendations based on different things within the Roku ecosystem. It also comes with 4 quick commands, so you can just hit those and it'll launch the app right away. Besides that, it's just a simple minimalistic remote, and it works for me. So this TV is using Roku TV. However, if I go into detail on what that is, if you don't happen to know, this video will go on forever. So I'm going to go ahead and leave a link in the description down below if you want to learn more about that. So I noticed that you can't change the video settings within the TV unless you're in a application. With YouTube, you have to be within it, and then you have to play a video, and then you could go ahead and change the settings of the picture quality there. You can't just be on the home screen and change it that way. So you actually have to be within an app to change the video settings. Within the video settings, you could go to advanced settings and change the different options there as well. And this is where you get more of your control. With local contrast, I recommend that it's set to high. This is going to get you deeper blacks and actually give you a more overall closer picture look to that of an OLED. I noticed that letterboard videos or movies, the letterboard is pitch black. Dark scenes are actually really dark, and there's no light bleed whatsoever, and you get a picture quality that almost resembles that of an OLED panel. Going down the list, all these different settings are going to be different for you. These are the settings that worked for me and give me the best possible picture quality. This may not work for you, and the settings you have may not work for someone else, as all panels do tend to work slightly different of one another, even though they are the same panel on all the same TVs. Now, I noticed that within these 3 settings here, you have action smoothing, natural cinema, and LED motion clarity. Now, when I have LED motion clarity on, I do see some type of flickering within the display. And with action smoothing, you can't have that on if natural cinema is on. So if I turn that off, I could go ahead and activate that. Now, it does give it a nice smoothing effect. It does make it more fluid. However, there are times where the picture will jitter. And I noticed it on a few different occasions, and it becomes a little bothersome. It does actually take you out of the experience when you do see that. It just looks really funky and weird. So I turn that off. I put natural cinema on, and I keep LED motion clarity off. Now, if you happen to be someone who console games on your TV, whether it be Xbox or PlayStation, or even if you're a PC gamer looking for a TV to hook up your PC to, this TV may actually be something you want to look into. It has a low latency input lag, sub 20 milliseconds, I believe, and it also features HDR support. So if you happen to go into a game that features HDR, you'll get that notification in the top right-hand corner, letting you know that it is in HDR support. It also works for YouTube as well. So if you play a YouTube video with HDR, you will get that notification as well. Now, when it is playing in HDR, the settings do change. So you will have to go into your settings and mess around with that. I do not recommend you leave it as default, because the picture quality will look washed out. It will look dark. It just won't look nice and won't look natural. So you'll go into the settings, as you see here, and now it says dark HDR. It's recommended that you keep it at dark, and then you go ahead to advanced picture settings. Now, depending on the type of environment you happen to be in. You might want to make this brighter or darker. I just keep it at default bright and then dark HDR, and then I go into advanced picture settings where I'll mess around with the different settings. Like I mentioned, local contrast always set to high. I have my backlight all the way set to max. Brightness, I believe this was at default. Contrast at 90. Sharpness, I bump it down so that it's not over sharpened. And then the color, I like to bump up because for some reason the colors look washed out, so I just bump that up a little just to give it a little life. I keep the temperature neutral, and then it also has automatic game mode. Now, as you see here, this is grayed out. I can't turn it on and off. Whenever it notices a game console or a game being played, it'll flip it on automatically. This will give you the best low latency so that you have a sub 20 millisecond delay. There is no way to turn that on and off, and because that's on, you can't activate action smoothing or natural cinema. Those are grayed out by default, and it's just no way to mess around with that. So if you're looking for a TV that actually does work pretty well with console gaming, maybe even a PC, then this TV actually is one of the TVs you want to probably check out. All right, so there you go. So I went from a TCL TV from 2 years back, which was on the same range as this TV. This happens to be the 2019 model. I had the 2017 model. Jumping up from just a 2-year experience, I must say was a big difference. They do both use Roku TV. However, this TV here, the 2019 model, has deeper blacks, like I mentioned, that almost resemble that of an OLED TV. As you can't see in the video, but this Spotify logo right here has a deep black all around the Spotify, and there's really no light bleeding or whatsoever like that. So I highly recommend, if you really want to go ahead and check out this TV, I have the link in the description down below. It's $600 for a 55-inch, and then they also have, I believe, a 65 and a 75-inch model as well, if you want to go ahead and step it up a little bit bigger. So if you have any questions about this TV, let me know in the comment section down below. Feel free to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more tech videos, and I hope to see you on the